Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Pacific Coast in California, and a video where I want to try to share with you some ideas around the different states that we can be in order to be able to perform various different tasks. And I think right now in our world, there's been so much stress, so much anxiety, so much fear, so much change. And I think that we've become tired. We've become somewhat burned out, if you will, and that there's maybe a different path forwards. And the different path forwards revolves around us giving ourselves permission to rest, recover, recharge, get into different states so that we can accomplish things and get mentally healthier at the same time. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 different states that you can get into, that our environment will help us to get into those states to enable us to be able to learn better, to focus better, and to create better. So let's dig into it. I will take you on a walk up and down the coast, find a few places to highlight how this works, and share these different states with you, along with some tactics that you can use to get into these various different states. All right, here we go. All right, I stopped in this little beautiful spot on the coast, but I came up because I wanted to be surrounded by these trees. And the reason why I chose this particular spot for this next video is that we want to be talking about learning and reflection and metacognition, thinking about how you think, getting that perspective on your thoughts, but also enabling learning. And one of the ways in which we can learn better is to get out of very stressful states, characterized by beta brainwave states. I'll talk about that in the next section, and down into alpha brainwave states. These are very calm. Not quite as calm as when you're in theta creativity and your mind is just wandering. In this state, your mind is deliberately doing things. You might be learning something. You might be creating a plan. You might be reflecting and journaling. All really important tactics for us. Generally, it's called metacognition, thinking about how you think. And one of the ways in which we can get into this state more easily is to surround ourselves with nature. And in this case, you can see behind me some beautiful trees. And in these trees are fractal mathematical patterns, which are basically repeating patterns that go from large to small. You can see that in these branches here. It goes from sort of large to small. That pattern, the fractal patterns, are present in 92% of plants. They're also present in the airways of our lungs. Smell that salt air. Present in the capillary beds, the blood vessels of our heart, and also the neurons of our brain. So we are connected to nature mathematically. We are one and the same. We are not separate from nature. And when we immerse ourselves in a natural environment, it becomes very easy for us to enter into a state where we are learning, where we're able to reflect, where we are able to consider, when we're able to plan. And this is a really important state for any of us. Whether you're a leader, whether you're a student, whether you're a parent, we need to figure things out. We need to navigate the world because it's an unwell world at the moment and it's hard. We need to be able to navigate through these uncertain times, and therefore getting into an alpha brainwave state, which is where we are right now, is really, really important for us. Getting out in nature is one of the ways in which we can do that. Another way is to find stillness. It's actually why I'm not walking in this video. I found a little spot. We're still, we're not moving. And when we have stillness of body and stillness of mind, that's when you can start to plan. That's when you can start to learn. Think about someone who is deeply into a book. They're frozen, right? They're not moving at all. They're completely embedded in the story. If someone is thinking deeply about something, they will pause. They will actually freeze. Maybe they rub their forehead because that's actually where metacognition occurs. It's in the frontal lobe of the brain. But we are in stillness. So unlike in a creative state where rhythmic repetitive movement or rhythmic repetitive sounds or sights help us to get into a creative state, in this situation, we are in an environment where we are still, and that stillness enables metacognition. It's also wonderful to be surrounded by nature. It doesn't have to be outdoors. Works of art will also do this. Photographs will do this. So if you have a computer on the desktop, I will often place an image of a natural environment because that just makes it another reminder for me to be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, I need to be in this different state in order for me to be able to do the things I need to do. So I'd encourage you to give yourself permission to find and create moments of stillness of body and mind during the course of your days and your weeks. That way you have time to plan. You are in a state where you can think reflectively and you can activate metacognition. This is also really crucial if we're talking about creating the opportunities for learning. We might want to alternate bouts of intense exercise to burn off all of that energy with moments where we are still so that you can think. My son loves that. And when he's doing his work, he'll go run around, play, come back in, get back to work until he finds that he has trouble concentrating. We go back outside, play, and we just alternate moments of intense activity with stillness so that he can get done what he needs to get done. All right, hope that's helpful. Alpha brainwave states, practice the power of stillness. See you in the next video. All right, let's talk about creativity, innovation, problem solving, and ideation. In order for us to get into this state, greetings from the coast in California. Very cold morning, but I went for a run, so I'm pretty hot right now. But in order to get into this type of a mindset, we have to be in a very relaxed state, characterized by theta brainwaves. It's actually barely above sleep. So it's calm, it's relaxed, you're ideating, your mind is almost wandering. And when you are in this type of a state, that's when you can put two and two together. That's when you have eureka moments. That's when your ideation enables you to come up with new solutions to old problems, or simply a new idea, a new lesson plan, a new strategy, a new plan for how you're going to accomplish something, a new product stack, a new idea for how you might get healthier. And in order for us to get into this state, one of the things that enables us to do that is rhythmic, repetitive movement. So I'm here out for a long walk, as several other people are. And actually it was on this walk that I came up with the idea for this video. And now I'm here filming it. And so when I gave myself permission to go for this walk and got into about 30 minutes of rhythmic, repetitive movement, boom, the idea of like, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by theta brainwave state inducing things. So rhythmic, repetitive movement. For me right now, walking, but also cycling, jogging, running, flow yoga, gardening, housework, literally anything where your body is moving in a rhythmic, repetitive pattern will bring you down into an ideation zone where you can come up with new solutions to old problems or new ideas. Creativity becomes unlocked. The second thing is water. Rhythmic, repetitive patterns in water. In Buddhist meditation traditions, meditation is often taught next to a waterfall, rhythmic, repetitive patterns of water. The cool thing is you can access these sounds on various different apps now, and there's many different songs you can download on Spotify or Apple or whatever that you use that mimic rainfall or water. So having these sounds in the background can really, really help you. Even if you think about it on YouTube, there's videos that you can play in the background that are simply waves crashing into a beach over and over and over again. So what we're looking for is a very calm environment. We're looking for rhythmic, repetitive movements to help you to get into the state, to come up with the new ideas, and an environment where there could be visually or from an audio perspective, rhythmic, repetitive patterns as well. And water is particularly powerful for that. This enables us to do things like new lesson plans, new business plans, new art, new music, anything that requires your creativity, innovation, and problem solving. All right, practice that. Let me know how it goes. See you in the next video. All right, the last idea that I have for you is around beta brainwaves, which are created when we are in moments of deep focus. It is really hard for the brain to work efficiently and effectively when we are distracted, which is the nature of our world right now. Just think about all the notifications that we get, all the inbound communications, the text messages, the social media posts, the emails. It's really hard for us to stay in a state where we are focused. And that is when we can do our best work. The brain doesn't function well when it's multitasking. The brain works really well when it's single tasking. It's efficient, it's effective. Unfortunately, it's very unusual and hard to achieve right now. So I would encourage you to think about tight bubbles of total focus. It's a little term that I learned from Robin Sharma, who wrote Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and I really like it because it's just a cool idea around creating little bubbles around yourself where you're able to focus deeply on the one thing that you need to do. Obviously, in our lives, it's not possible to be like that all the time, but we do want to find moments when that is possible. I love the 30-31 formula. For 30 days, focus on the number one priority for 30 minutes, 30-31, 30 days, 30 minutes on your number one most important priority. And when you are doing that, I would really like you to think about, how do I do that in a completely non-distracted way? Can I turn off the audio notifications on all of my devices while I am doing that? Can I get myself into a quiet place at home or at work where I notify everyone that for the next 30 minutes, hey, I'm offline. I really need to get something done. It's super important. I'll see you in 30 minutes. And that's hard to do, but it's absolutely essential in our world today, because we are living in a world of constant, unrelenting distraction, and that's not serving us. I think it's one of the main reasons why we feel burned out. I think it's a primary reason for us to feel so stressed and anxious all the time. And so when we protect our attention, that's so powerful because it enables us to actually get stuff done around the things that matter to us the most. How can we do this a little bit better? Actually, the first thing, believe it or not, is music. Music enables us to focus more deeply. Now, ideally, it's music that maybe doesn't have any lyrics, or if it does have lyrics, it's music that you've heard many times before, so it just hangs out in the background. Music has been shown to improve focus. It's also been shown to improve mood, so that's something you can think about as well. Music that just makes you happy. You might want to consider music that doesn't make you happy, like or just makes you too agitated. That would not be something to put on your focus playlist. But music will help you if you find the right music that helps you get into deep focus. I've got a couple albums that I listen to when I write books, for example. They're 90-minute concerts by my favorite artists playing with symphonies. And because it's music I've heard many times before, but it's classical in nature, that enables me to drop into a state where I'm able to focus deeply on one specific thing. If you want to practice controlling your attention, the way that we do that is through mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness is simply bringing your attention back into the present moment, and meditation is the practice of doing that over and over and over again, as I get distracted by the people behind me walking on this beautiful beach. So mindfulness, bringing your attention into the present moment. Meditation, the practice of doing that over and over and over again. So something for you to think about there, and something for you to practice. So beta brainwave mode, deep focus, create tight bubbles of total focus, practice the 30-31 formula, 30 minutes a day on the number one most important priority for 30 days. Listen to music when you are in deep focus if you want. And if you want to practice training your attention, the way to do that is through mindfulness, which is bringing your attention into the present moment, and meditation, which is practicing bringing it back into the present moment when you get distracted. All right, everyone, that's it from the beach. Hope that's helpful. We'll see you in the next video. All right, everyone, hope that was helpful. So we covered 3 different states. Theta states, really calm, really relaxed, mind wandering, and that's creativity. Rhythmic, repetitive movement or environments help with that. We covered alpha brainwave states. That's when we learn, reflect, and plan. There we're leveraging the power of stillness mentally and physically. Final piece of the puzzle was deep focus, beta brainwave states. And there we're protecting our attention at all costs. That enables us to be able to move back and forth between various different states to accomplish what we need to accomplish at the highest level while improving our mental health at the same time. Hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you guys are great. Thanks for watching the video.